Welcome to the DO Boxing Show. I'm your host, Dameon Okposio, and we're here with Pena. And this is just going to be another chosen episode, but we're talking about contracts. And so I had shown Andre a contract, one of the contracts that I typed up. And that's one of the things I wanted to cover in the show because, one, I like to put everything out there. I don't have anything to hide, and I want to show people what I do in terms of business. So when I'm working, even with whether it's amateur or professional athletes, and I'm going to be making an investment, I like to do things on a contract basis, and that way I know what their expectations are, and they know what my expectations are. So it's about like a partnership kind of deal where both people kind of aware of what's going on. There's no way for there to be a misinterpretation about anything. Now, when it comes to the contracts, I look at it as like a business, even when it's an amateur athlete, because I believe amateur athletes can make money for themselves if that's what they want to do, and that's my job. My job is well, Andre's already got his own personality. I can't give that to him. So he's already his own star. But what I can do is I can help him monetize that and make money. Some key things from the contract that I do is I just stipulate small things like if you got a nickname, keep the nickname the same or the alias the same. That way people can get to know you. If I'm bringing sponsorship to the table, I take 50% of the sponsorship, and what that does allows me to try and recoup some money when I'm spending gas or going to numerous meetings, and trying to make these deals come together. Anybody that's tried to sell sponsorship, that you don't usually get on the first try. You got to try a number of companies before you get hit, before you get a hit with someone. And also, too, it keeps me in check because, I got to deliver on what it is that's inside the contract. So I'm not going to go and make some outlandish claim like I'm going to get you a Lambo or something like that. When
you should give me a Mustang.
When I haven't got the money to do that or the means to do that, or in the realm of sponsorship. Sponsorship is unpredictable. Sometimes you just get merchandise, and you got to be happy with that. Like if you get that. So, I wanted to hear from Andre, and for you guys at home to hear from him. What do you think about the idea of a contract, and where most amateurs don't even think about making money? What do you think about in terms of trying to build your brand as Andre Pena as an amateur athlete and monetizing that to get sponsorship?
Pretty much within following you and meeting you, I see a lot of things that I can do. Is the reputation, the name, it's the little simple things. But first and foremost, you have to go out there and train and do something that's according to what you're trying to accomplish. So I want to always stick to things that you ask me to do, the things that are in the contract. As far as maybe, I don't know, like the branding or something like that, I'll just leave that to you. But the only thing I can do, is just work on everything that I'm supposed to, the techniques. And I have to put myself out there as a fighter first to just to get noticed. Because if I'm not performing or I'm training or anything, before I sign this contract, when I do sign this contract and it do come time to perform, and you've been sponsoring this person forever, you sign this thing, he hasn't been doing anything.
So how do you feel like about a contract? How do you feel about just a contract in general?
Well, this is my first contract. I turned down a $50,000 contract. I turned down a few contracts or whatever because I wasn't comfortable with the management or whatever the situation was. And I'm not going to blame it on management. I was immature sometimes, growing up. But I think it's secure, especially this one. I think it's fair. The money that you know, that you'll get back with the sponsorship and everything. I wasn't getting any money before I met you, so I don't have no problem splitting it or whatever, because I want to learn to make my own company. And it's just learning the whole business part of it and sticking to your word pretty much. So you have to go train a certain times a week. You can't do these things or your contract is void. So it either makes you more mature, more responsible. It makes me feel like a business person. I'm excited about it. I love it. This is my first contract, and I want to do everything to honor it. You know what I mean? I think that anybody that signs anything, a job, anything in life, if you decide to do something, you put your word to it, then you need to honor that, you know? So it only makes you better as a person. But for me personally, I love it. It makes me 1,000 times better. I can't wait for you to unchain that chain off me, because I'm going to be biting pretty soon. But if not, I'm going to try.
So, and also, too, for the people that are watching the show, I just want to give you some context. When he was saying that he's been offered contracts before, it's because he's done mixed martial arts in the past. So, as far as DO Boxing Club, I'm going to be starting a boxing club in the new year, January 2017. It's called the DO Boxing Club. Andre's the first member of that club. He's going to be fighting in the new year. But again, that's something I'm not trying to hide, that he's had a mixed martial arts background. He's had some experience there, and that's going to be known to the association. We're going to be registered through the Ontario Boxing Association, and I've made Facebook posts about it already in the past. But I'm going to say here right now on the show, too, we are looking for competitive athletes only right now.
Fighters only.
Fighters only, if you're interested in competing, whether it's men or women. And we're looking to develop a small team. We train with you, and then we're all going to compete. So anybody that's interested, you can get at me. And remember, you can ask us any questions related to boxing by sending us a message through Twitter at DOKPOSIO, through email, okposio@hotmail.com. Don't forget to subscribe to the DO Boxing Show. And also, just to let you know, if you go through YouTube, you can get every show of Chosen. Andre Pena's show, Chosen, I put it on a playlist, so you can get every episode and see what Andre Pena is up to specifically. Or you could just tune in and subscribe to the channel and get every episode of the DO Boxing Show.
I better watch my show. Chosen go crazy.
So thanks for tuning in to another episode, and we'll catch you on the next one.